Joker. Joker is the most enigmatic criminal supervillain in history. In his 80 years of existence, he is still as much a mystery as the first day he appeared. Who is he? What does he want? Where does he come from? Questions not even the world's greatest detective, Batman, can answer. Information about him is sketchy at best, and in this video, we are diving into the history and psychological profile of a madman.
Jack Napier. Assault with a deadly weapon, age 15, results of psychological profile. Violent mood swings, highly intelligent, emotionally unstable.
The alias Jack Napier, revealed and recognized in the Tim Burton film, Batman animated series, and alternate universe Batman comic White Knight, is still not recognized in the Prime DC universe, where his identity still remains largely unknown. His look goes back to the 1928 film, The Man Who Laughs, as the inspiration for the Joker's appearance, a film about a man who was disfigured as a child to wear a permanent smile. Officially, the origin for his gruesome appearance comes in 1951 Detective Comics 168. We get The Man Behind the Red Hood, where a lab worker for Monarch playing cards was caught stealing, who was thwarted by Batman. To escape, he dived into a pool of chemical waste, but the vapors turned his hair green, lips red, and skin chalk white. The Red Hood story was later rewritten in 1988 as The Killing Joke, where a failed stand-up comedian desperate to support his wife and unborn child agrees to guide two criminals into his old place of employment, the chemical plant. Before the heist, he finds out that his wife and unborn child died in an electrical accident, but the criminals wouldn't allow him to leave, forcing him to don a red hood. Security catches the criminal and alerts Batman to their whereabouts. The Red Hood escapes into a vat of chemicals, forever altered. But according to Joker, sometimes he remembers one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a pass, I prefer it multiple choice. Joker is not even someone the world's greatest detective can figure out. In his own words, I've been trying to figure out what he intends to do, and it's almost impossible. I don't know him, Alfred, after all these years, and I don't know who he is any more than he knows who I am.
Any idea what our happy friend is up to now?
Normal criminals usually have logical motives. But the Joker's insane schemes make sense to him alone.
When we look closer at his crimes, the subject has changing modus operandi, no apparent motive, and victims vary in selection. First victim was Henry Claridge, by lethal injection solution that activated 24 hours later, inducing volatile laughter and eventual death. Second victim, Jay Wilde, attacked with a two-part solution in the form of a poison dart activated by a noxious gas agent. The comic book Batman Who Laughs is not only the retelling of Batman's first encounter with the Joker, it's also his first attempt to decipher his madness and motivation. He also recalls the Red Hood incident that gave birth to Joker's origin, and notes that the difference in the Red Hood never killed before, and that he was fairly certain that the Red Hood was never the same man twice, noting that their body language was always different. Third victim, Judge Thomas Drake, killed by Joker in person disguised as the chief of police. There has been many attempts to profile serial killers, but the magnitude of Joker's complexity has criminologists bewildered. It takes a brilliant mind, one that can empathize, which is a paradox considering psychopaths don't feel any empathy at all. If there is one person I would love to see diagnose the Joker, it would be Hannibal Lecter, possibly the only mind capable of understanding and unlocking the Joker's madness.
Clever girl. You're so close to the way you're gonna catch him, do you realize that?
It would take another mad genius to figure out his plan.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
Like most psychopaths, Joker operates meticulously and plans their actions calmly. He's also highly intelligent and suffers from antisocial personality disorder. He's completely unempathetic and misses two basic emotions, fear and distress. But it still remains to be seen if anyone can figure him out.
Well, I've read the case files, have you? Everything you need to find him is right there in those pages. What is the first and principal thing he does? What needs does he serve by killing?
Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos.
Spreading nihilism and showing the futility of existence. The Christopher Nolan movie Dark Knight brilliantly portrays the fact that Joker's schemes are not about money or petty vindictiveness, but rather he wants to subjugate the world to his internal horrors. To most serial killers, killing is a display of dominance, while resorting to gruesome manipulation, mutilation, or cannibalism to represent ultimate control. But it seems the Joker's pleasures comes from watching victims lose utter control over themselves, watching a grim macabre irony of them, laughing uncontrollably at tragedy. Serial killers also don't see their victims as people, but as objects, and as objects they don't feel any empathy, and typically serial killers disguise their personalities to appear as normal as possible in an attempt to fit in. But the Joker's pathology is to disguise himself not to fit in, but rather, he prefers to stand out in absurdity and make everyone else appear as he is. And to the Joker, he wants to prove that anyone could be turned mad, no matter how high and moral. Everyone has a breaking point. It just takes one bad day.
He wanted an audience. He wanted them all lined up, watching him when he touched her.
One of the most chilling moments comes when the Joker shoots Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, daughter of Commissioner Jim Gordon, in an effort to give him one bad day. In an effort to turn one of the best men in Gotham as mad as he is.
Silly goose, it's all a joke. Everything anybody's ever valued or struggled for, it's monstrous. Why can't you see the funny side? Why aren't you laughing?
This one is gonna go on and on until we get smart or we get lucky. He won't stop.
Why not?
Because it makes him God. Would you give that up?
What does it matter if you send me back to the asylum if it doesn't matter to me? I've proven my point. Gordon's been driven mad. I've demonstrated there's no difference between me and everyone else. All it takes is one bad day. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.
Then why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me.
You truly are incorruptible, aren't you? Huh? You won't kill me out of some misplaced sense of self-righteousness. And I won't kill you because you're just too much fun. I think you and I are destined to do this forever. You didn't think I'd risk losing the battle for Gotham's soul in a fistfight with you. No. You need an ace in the hole. Mine's Harvey.
What did you do?
I took Gotham's White Knight, and I brought him down to our level. It wasn't hard. See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Joker, the ultimate agent of chaos, sees Batman, the ultimate agent of order, as his greatest challenge in spreading his nihilistic belief. Batman remains the one uncorruptible soul that escapes the Joker's reach. And in The Dark Knight Returns, where a 55-year-old Batman comes back for one final confrontation, the Joker finally achieves what he's always set out to do all those years. He gets Batman to finally lose control.
You're in trouble now.
Go ahead. Say this has never happened to you before.
Shut up.
Make me. Come on. Finish me. Doesn't matter. I win. I made you lose control. And they'll kill you for it. See you in hell.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world